Hello, this is Witch Nikki, and I'm sorry I haven't read any books or done any films for a few days, maybe about a week. Um, there's been a couple of reasons. I kind of had my feelings hurt here online, and I don't want to say where, but between here and Instagram. Um, but I'm not quitting. Just that, like when you get bullied online, you kind of step back and look at what you're doing. And I think then, too, what other people are saying. I think that some people are just bullies. And I've had other things to do. So it's like, okay, take a break for a little bit, but get back into it. Um, when nobody responds or likes or gives thumbs up, it kind of discourages me a little bit too. So I've been kind of going through both. But I'm not going to sit here and cry and whine and complain. It's just that I'm stepping back, taking a break from the internet in general. And I'm not mad at any of my followers or people who listen to the stories that I've been reading. But I wanted to kind of step back, breathe, and I have a lot of things to do. And I'm going through a lot of things too right now. So I'm kind of up and down, and I don't want to get all weepy and crying on my videos. Sometimes I do, but I really want to try not to. So I'm really kind of being brave about this. And I know that people are going to have stinky opinions because they have a stinky life. And when people have stinky lives, then they're going to try to spread around their stink so that people, it's like they stink and they're going to spread their stink around so other people will stink. And then it causes a big old mess and a chain reaction that I find the best way that I could do in that kind of a situation is just keep going. I try to go straight to the source and block them and then just keep going on. And if that doesn't stop them, at least it stops them from, viewing my videos. I'll be running into them on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. But so I don't know why they said the thing about me that they did say. I think that they were just upset at maybe something that I had said, but I don't really go around pinpointing people and targeting in on people. I do have my opinions. I'm just, we're out here, in here, out there, and trying to do our best with bringing entertainment to other people. And I know that there's a lot of stuff going on in YouTube that I haven't really even gotten involved with yet, like merchandise and commercializing and all the other stuff. There's just too much stuff. Now, there are different kinds of videos out there, and there's different people presenting the videos. Because on TV, you're basically limited to whatever you're seeing there, and it's all done professionally, and it's all, sometimes it's not real. Sometimes it's fake, and how do you know if what you're seeing on the news is real or not? You can't depend on the news anymore. And I'm not saying that I'm bringing news to anybody. I'm just kind of bringing some kind of relief, mostly for children, but also for adults from time to time to kind of remind them, reading is a wonderful thing to do. And if they step back and read to their children, read a book themselves. Sorry, I forgot that my computer was on, so I'll just turn that off. It'll stop that humming, buzzing sound. But anyways, yeah, I've got so many things to do. Some people might say, what? What do you have to do that's so important that you can't read a story? Well, my life, when I've clicked this and I've gone off of here, off a screen, my life is personal. It's for me. Um, and there are a lot of people out there who do videos. They go out with fancy equipment and fancy cameras and what are those things? I forgot the name of them. Sorry, I don't use one of those either. That it'll come to me when I'm done talking. But you know, those little planes that hover above that carry the cameras. I don't have one of those. I don't even have a stick to carry. It's just me and my camera, and I'm right here at hand's length from my camera. So we're up here close and personal. Sometimes I share my feelings and my thoughts and what am I thinking about. Sometimes I read for children. And this message is for whoever wants to listen. I'm not really venting, but there are different kinds. This is another thing that I feel kind of hurt my feelings. A couple of times I heard some of the people that I do follow mentioning, we do all of this wonderful stuff. We go out of our way to do these videos. We go out in our fancy shoes and all of this business, and they go stomping around through mud and they go through tunnels and ruin their shoes. And I think by what my suggestion is here, you know who I'm talking about. And I don't like to go naming names on things like that. But, you know, sometimes I feel like some people out there are talking directly to me, and they say stuff like, I'm a creepy old lady, and that that I don't go anywhere or do anything. Well, yeah, I got this, like I said, this is my camera right here where you see my hands. That's it. And I'm not really good at, you know, I've gone to done some parades, and I was very amazed that one of the parade videos that I did got over 200 views. And that's really pretty good because I really haven't been doing this very long. But I'm not doing this to get rich and famous. I'm doing this because I have a grandson who's in Tennessee, and I would love for him to be able to see me when he's able to. Sometimes his mom is working and he's got things to do, and she can't just sit down and let him use the phone and message me and do a message chat or whatever you want to call it. So I figure, well, I could read him a story because it's something I miss doing with him, is reading him a story. And it just happens to be icing on the cake that other people are watching me too. And there's like 22 viewers, or more or less by now, I don't know. And a few of them are children: Aiden, Kaylee, Kennedy, Ginger, River, my grandchildren, Jordan, Rihanna, Kayleen, and Julia. And I miss reading my stories, but I am going to read again. So please don't drop off or cross me off or whatever. And if you go down to subscribe and there's a little bell thing, that's for your notifications if you want to get notified. If not, when you are available, because I don't expect somebody to get a notification and say, oh my gosh, I got to drop what I'm doing and go pay attention to this person. No, you don't have to do that. the video's there. I'm not going to take it away. I think that people think that, oh, we should stop what we're doing and go, watch and stuff like that. And I wish I could. There was like a video that I missed the other day. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but it's personal. I'm doing real life out here, and I'm not able to stop what I'm doing because you might just see me sitting here in my chair in the dark room and all of that weird stuff. And you might think, oh, wow, what's she up to? You know, she just sits in her room all day. No, I do have a granddaughter and I help to take care of her. Um, and there's many other things going on. Why do I have to sit here and list things to other people? Other things are other things. Whatever I'm doing, I shouldn't have to list them to you. You're not my boss. And, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but plain and simple, I'm not in a time clock here. I don't have to punch in, to be here. It's like when I feel like sharing, I share. And I'm really trying not to be upset or mad about it. It's just the way it is. And sometimes I do feel kind of sensitive about it because I sharing with people, and you don't have to listen if you don't want to. And when you are able to, that's great. That's fine. But there's no need for people putting up any negative comments or anything like that. My videos are not bad. They're not the best, but they're not bad. And so if you're going to be trying to come out here to hurt my feelings, try again, honey, because I am one tough cookie. Let me tell you, I've been through a lot. I don't want to have to start cussing here, but there's a lot of my words that are being restrained right now. That because if there are children out there watching, they need to know that, yeah, it's okay to get angry and upset about when people try to hurt your feelings. But you know what? You don't have to sit back and let the bullies bully you. Not at school, not at work, not out there in the world, because there's a lot of people out there who will try to push you down and squash you. And it's not right, but you just have to get back up, because if you fall down and keep down, they're going to keep going after you. They've known they've wounded you, and they're going to keep going in for the kill. Okay? I think it's nice when anybody writes me any kind of message or comment here. That's nice. And I think that all YouTubers who are out there shouldn't be rivals to each other. We should be allies, friends. We're all trying to attempt to do something similar. Now, I'm not doing the same thing. I'm not doing 3 a.m. challenges in graveyards. I'm not going out in the world and driving around and going out in places that are not supposed to be going to. A lot of places that are abandoned are very dangerous, and that's why they have postings out there to keep out, keep away, because they're very dangerous inside. Don't get me wrong, I love exploring too, and I'm drawn to these places, but you have to make very, very certain that you're not going to get hurt when you go into a place like that. And I don't mean putting your foot through the floor or having something fall on you. I'm talking about any of the chemicals that might be in a place like that, asbestos and mold, things like that you could breathe in. There's so many things that you could breathe in a place like that. person should be wearing some kind of gloves, okay? You want to protect yourself as much as possible. And now I've seen that there's something on YouTube also about the advertisers and demonetizing and stuff like that. Okay, so here's like a little hint. Don't put anything in your title that's going to be scary or terrifying or anything like that, because they're going to pick up on it. Okay, and then I don't get commercials because I don't have that much of a following, so they're not going to waste time with advertisers for me, because I don't have that many. But once you get up to, 1,000 or so, then boom, there. Oh, that's a big sign that you're going to be getting those advertisements there. And so when you get those, then they're going to be paying attention, because somebody who's paying for the advertisements for poopery or whatever, they don't want their advertisement going on certain kind of videos that might have a negative theme going on in there. And so you might not get the advertisers in there, and then you might get quite a lot. And I don't really know all of that stuff, but I read about it here and there. I hear about it, other people talking about it, so I read about it as much as I can. And I'm just thinking, well, what would happen if you started out a video, just a perfectly nice one, like you're chatting somewhere, or, like, hi, I'm going on a little adventure, try not to call it something that's so scary. People who if you've got large amount of followers, then you don't need to be using big fancy word and clickbaiting everybody with, I did this, and oh, it's so scary, and look at this, and look at that, and putting scary pictures up and stuff like that. You don't need to do that. You already got followers, and if they're true followers, they're going to keep following you no matter what. Me, on the other hand, like, I don't put up a big bunch of stuff that, like, what if I said the word sexy witch reads classicals or something, What kind of classicals? Who is it for? Sexy witch? What? And maybe if I look sexy, but I'm not sexy, and I'm not here to be sexy, I'm here for children. So, basically, and then sometimes I'm just me here talking to the grown-ups who might be out here watching my videos from time to time. But I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really out here to do all of that. It's nice that some people thought maybe I should get merchandise and sell it and stuff like that. And I do see the potentials for it. And that's going to come if it comes, and it's not. If it doesn't, then that's fine. I'm still doing what I want, is to read stories to my grandchildren. Something here that will stay here, basically. I don't know how long, but I'm seeing videos that go back years. So, when I'm not here anymore, my grandchildren can come and look at this. So if you're not happy with my channel, that's okay. You can just go. There's plenty of other channels out there. You don't need to be nasty about it and say things like I'm creepy. What makes me creepy? That I'm reading children's story and I'm an adult? Do you really think that someone like Ginger is going to be spending time reading stories out here, I think it's very creepy. And yes, she could. She could read anything. She reads a lot of even grade 5, 4, 3, whatever. She reads anything. Anything she pulls off my library shelves here at home or anywhere, she reads it if she wants to. She understands it. But what I find kind of creepy is children who are alone in front of a camera, seem to be alone in front of a camera, and they're playing with toys and giving their feedback on certain toys and stuff like that. Okay, that's great, fine, but it's just kind of weird. And then there's also people that you never see their face, like you see mine. So, like, if I'm doing something creepy, why would I put my face up here? What's creepy to me, and not always in all cases, but there are some videos, and you'll see them, where there is just hands playing with little kids' toys. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about other explorers who go out there and who don't show their faces. I understand that. That's for a good cause and a good reason. Because if you go into a place, you may or may not want your face out there being shown. Okay? But that doesn't make them creepy. I think that makes them cautious. But it doesn't make me creepy being here talking about my grandchildren and talking to other people's kids who've asked me. Some of the people on my list know me. Their grandchildren or children are listening to my stories. So I'm going to say hello to them. Why? Because that makes kids feel good that somebody on a video somewhere said their names. And what I'm trying to do is encourage kids to be good and kind and read. I wish there was more for me to teach them, but I'm really, I like reading because I'm a writer and I want to get them into reading. And then if you get into reading, you can learn how to do writing. That's what I did. And the first book that I wrote, and I've said this again, and I think that because November is Native American month, that I am going to read this story because it's a Native American story. Okay? And I wrote this. You can get it on Amazon. Just plain like it is. But I'm trying to work out a way, and I can't financially do that yet, of getting the books, signing them, and sending them to people who want to request them. I just don't have the finances or the know-how to do that yet, because the books are kind of held up in Amazon by the publisher who published the books. In a way, I can't really go into the details and explanations about it, but I'm not trying to make money off of that book. I'm trying to open the door for more of my books. The next book that I'm bringing out to the public when it comes out is not going to be for children, unless the children reading it are, kind of more advanced in their not just reading skills, but their knowledge that this is fiction, it's a story, like Ginger is. I hate to use her as an example, but she does watch The Walking Dead, and sometimes the Game of Thrones, but not always, and we always skim over the really, really harsh adult parts. And each family has their own traditions or whatever, rules, regulations on what they want their kids to or not watch. And Michelle and I are very open-minded people, and we allow Ginger watching different kinds of programs. And some of them are crime shows like Hawaii Five-O or Chicago PD. Those things have got violence going on in there too, but they're like a review of the real world. And we watch the Good Doctor and a few other shows. What's that one? Kevin Probably Saves the World. Ginger just loves that show. And so we do watch a few shows, and she likes it. Well, she's in a state of mind that she understands it's fiction stuff. It's fiction, and it's like a story. It's just a story that somebody told, and it's on TV. Well, if she understands that and it doesn't frighten her, then why should she not see it? I'm her grandma. Michelle's her mom. We make decisions. Those are ours. Other people don't get to make them for us. We make them. Okay? You make them for your kids, and I make them for, help Michelle to make her decisions. She allows me to help make some of the decisions, and we make them together. If we have family time, we talk about our family decisions together. And that's all also really a personal thing that I feel comfortable talking about, but maybe not with everybody. Because you have to remember, you're seeing my face, but I don't get to see all of your faces. Some of you come on here and you don't have your face up on it. I do. Why do I? Because I'm a witch, and I want people to see the face of a witch. This is a face of a witch, okay? Not scary green, not wicked, not sexy, whatever. This is just me. I'm one of many millions of witch faces that are in America. And I want people to see and know the truth that not all witches are evil or mean. So, anyways, I think I covered a lot of stuff right here. It's like a little bit of this and a little bit of that all in one little video. Basically, I'm going to get back into the story reading. I haven't really felt like reading anything that's Thanksgiving-y. Do I give thanks as a Native American? Yes, I do. Of course I do. I do give thanks in many different ways all the time, year-round, not just on one day out of the year. So that's why I wanted to read my book. It is a Native American book. And I might share with you, after I've read that book, maybe a couple of other ones and do kind of little mini book reviews on some Native American ones. We're getting through the middle and endish part of November. And so I'm going to do that. And then we'll be moving on to Christmas. And I don't think I have any Christmas books. But I do like, I think it's called The Northern Express or something like that. I'm going to look that one up. I can find it, I know. Sometimes it's hard for me to remember all the names of everything. I have so much stuff going on in my head. I got a story that I'm thinking about. I got things that I got to do out here, helping people, doing stuff and whatever. I'm not just a creepy little old lady sitting in a dark room. The reason why it's dark is because after doing a lot of the videos with the light on here, it made it uncomfortable for me to watch because it was so bright. So I like that there's just enough light right here from this light, and that's it, And also because I don't care that people see my room. It's just that I think if everything is all visible, people are going to be like, ooh, look what she's got over there, or ooh, look what she's got there, or what, ew, or whatever, and I share just enough about me right here. I'd love to have the perfect setup. I'd like to have more different kind of lighting and different kind of backgrounds maybe or something, but I don't. What did I, my phone, that's it. This little phone camera, that's it. That's all I got. That's the best I got. Well, I love you all very much, and I'll be back soon with my book, The New Colorful Creatures. All right, take care. I love you.